Welcome to part 2 of the review of Sonic 4, episode 1. And I just wanted to say this, and this is going to be a walkthrough of some of the levels here. And this is going to be Act 2, because Act 1 you just running through like Green Hill Zone. So I'm just doing Act 2 here, where you just swinging on these vines like you just saw. Visibility. Anyway, we're gonna this is what you do in this level. Basically, it's like different levels and different paths you have to go through. There's certain different levels and all, but I find it pretty cool. I find it pretty awesome when you like just swing it. The difference between Act 1 and Act 3, Act 2 and Act 3, excuse me, is like you got these zip lines you run across. It's pretty fun. You just home attack into them and they are just see you across a certain area. And one thing I know is about Act 1 and Casino Streets, excuse me, and you get these, like, you run into these slot machines and you'll get like certain rings, but if you get an Eggman you'll lose rings. You get 3 Eggmans you'll lose rings, which is okay. But if you play a Super Sonic, you get a jackpot every time. I noticed this. I've been playing this and I noticed it. Get a fuck ton of rings every time. And another thing about Act 2 is like when you home attack against these deck of cards, you just run and line these deck of cards, just run across. Hell yeah, use cards as platforms in this game also. And there's like certain ones you have to run through fast enough to get through a certain area. And there's these cars throughout the stage. Like if you like run across one or touch one, you get like if you get 3 in a row, you get either a life or 10 rings or whatever. And you'll pretty much get like wherever they you got 3 of them, whatever. Pretty much, and they found that pretty cool, and that's how I got so many lives here. Basically. But Act 3, you just gotta run through these cannons. You're just running through these cannons, and you can point the cannon anywhere you want. So you just gotta use these cannons to get to a certain area. That's all I have to say in that level. And in the Lost Labyrinth, you just gotta avoid these. Act 1, you gotta avoid these boulders and run from them, or sometimes walk on them. I'm about to show you that in a minute. Excuse me. And how you do this is hold back on the D-pad or analog stick, wherever you want to use. And Act 2, and you're actually playing in the dark. It's a little tedious because you can't see what's coming in front of you. But you do have these torches that'll light the area up. If you run across them, and if you notice, Sonic's carrying a torch. Basically, the light the way gives you a little light. And one thing I noticed that is if you come Super Sonic on this stage, well, there's some areas that illuminate. If you come Super Sonic in this stage, he'll illuminate the entire area. And you got this walls you have to blow with dynamite like you just saw there. Pretty much. And there's some puzzle solving in this one too. I think I explained that act in part 1. And if you're near these explosions, don't be near as regular Sonic because it will hurt you. If you're near regular Sonic, oh yeah, and this kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong Country. And yeah, if you see exclamation points near, that means you gotta jump when you see exclamation points. pretty much. And Act 3 is like you're playing an underwater level, basically, and you got there's these stream of water lines. You have to you falling down to solve these areas, solve these to solve these puzzles and all this. And you're playing in water. You just gotta keep gathering these bubbles to keep yourself from drowning, unless you're supersonic. Supersonic doesn't drown. And this one just has more water. Its act has more water in Act 3, excuse me. Now, Mad Gear Zone. This one I'm only showing Act 2 because Act 1 is you just running through the level basically. And this one, you just using these gears as platform. You do somewhat in Act 1. You run across these conveyor belts and all. And you got these tubes, which is very nostalgic of Metropolis in Sonic 1. I mean Sonic 2. Sonic Hedgehog 2. Excuse me. Dang, I'm all messed up today. And you get in these gears instead. You know how you run up this bolt to run up these screws and to run up the on Sonic 2. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, but instead of that, you just run on these giant gears. And there's certain areas where you gotta get to a certain place before a door closes in this stage and all. Pretty good. And this area right here can be a little tricky when you're a Sonic. You have to destroy all the these praying mantis before they throw it in there, just as annoying as the Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I explained this in Act 3, but there's a wall chasing you, a giant wall with gears spinning in it. And if you touch the wall, you lose range. Or if you get smashed up against another wall, and you ain't beat before there, then it'll crush you and you'll die. And you got these badniks here, which is reminiscences from Sonic 1 through 3 Knuckles. And they're basically the same enemies you known if you played the Genesis versions. And they brought them back. It's like they do only thing they do is different things this time around. Just like these things jumps out and comes out as a missile towards you and all this. You got these bats. You can hit them at any time. Not like on the original where they light. No, those were buggers. But yeah, you got this one. You can't jump on it because you only attack it from behind because it'll shield itself. And this one, I didn't even really see a threat in this. All I seen was them swimming around. Always pretty easy to avoid. This guy jumps out the ground. And this one is the most annoying in Lava Zone because one of them throws this one throws his spike balls at you. This one keeps it, which is very hard to hit because you will take a hit. But these motherfuckers are a pain in the ass right here. A bigger pain in the ass as the fucking ones in Metropolis. And this one throws his spikes at you. This one throws his claws at you. His giant claw, pincher, whatever. And this one is like you do a home attack. They ain't really a threat unless you run into a pink ones and they shoot their spikes out, basically. No, they're pink and they span their spikes out. And well, that's all I have to say. And it's a pretty good game. I mean, I love it. Only problem is like sometimes it's got the controls need to be tweaked a little. Can feel a little slippery sometimes, but I think it's pretty good. Let's recap here. And I'm gonna say this is like the gameplay. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty good. The first thing, and one thing I know I really liked is the level design. I found the level design pretty interesting. Just like when I was in the casino level, Casino Streets, I believe. Excuse me. And we were like this. You had to run across these cards, and when you home attack these deck of cards, and it goes around and these cards just start sliding over the place, goes over these loops and all this. found that to be pretty cool. It's just like a Mad Gear design. Act 3, like I showed earlier, you had to get in there before that turbine crushes you with them gears rotating. But yeah, and another thing, when you're in the lava zone, you have to walk on these boulders to get down to get across a certain area. And when you got to ride these mine carts to get past, like I said earlier, it kind of reminded me of Donkey Kong Country. But yeah, and it was pretty. I think the levels was pretty good. And the controls, I didn't think the controls were that bad. I thought the controls were pretty good, and even though I ain't let my only gripe is sometimes it would get a little slippery with Super Sonic, excuse me. Maybe because he's going so fast, I don't know. Not used to it. But and another thing is the music. I love this music. I think it's awesome. I love the sound effects. Sound effects are pretty good. I mean, it's taken off of Sonic 1, 2, and 3, but yeah. And Sonic Knuckles, but love his sound when he hits the enemy or makes a spin dash, or when he hits Eggman, Robotnik, call it as you wish. But I found it to be pretty awesome. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Until next time, stay safe everyone, and that's all I got. Here's my rating.